What's up guys, it's Extra Troy, and today we are going to be listening to Svdden's new album, Voyd 2.5. Now if you know anything about me, you know that I'm a huge fan of dubstep, huge fan of EDM, stuff like that. And so whenever I saw that he was coming out with this album, I was super excited to hear what he had. And I've also recently picked up the Manger T Pro IEMs. They're a very high quality studio type IEM, and this is my first time listening to this album on professional audio gear, and I'm super excited to see how it sounds. Without any further ado, let's go ahead and jump into it. Alright, so this is about to be a long session. This album is an hour and 14 minutes long, but we got the first song here, Prelude 1. I'm just going to kind of go through every song, kind of give my thoughts. Like I said, I've already listened to this once before, but not on professional audio gear. So I'm super excited to see how this actually hits. And without any further ado, I guess we can go ahead and jump into it. I'm testing out some new audio settings, so hopefully this sounds good. Let's get it. This is a very sudden death type intro. I will say though, he always does a really good job on the visual. Like these videos are so detailed and mesmerizing. Like every single aspect of them. It's crazy. Okay. Okay. I love these like synth lines that he always does. He's really good at these, especially in some of his earlier songs like Born to Suffer. Okay. There's a lot of small details going on right here. Like panning of the synth, a lot of stuff like in the background. This is very wide. Oh. Okay. I love the transitions. Yeah, I really like the transitions in and out. Okay. First drop was pretty good. It's not like the craziest thing that I've ever heard from him, but just the way it transitioned was so smooth, and like it was just very flowy. And like I said, there's so much like detail within the stereo. Okay. Once again, the video is just going crazy. Okay. I guess I hit everything. Okay. There's so much like echo and like reverb. There's a lot of like width going on right now. It's crazy. But that kick hits so hard in the middle. Okay. Okay. Little phaser drop. Personally speaking, I've never been that big of a fan of phaser drops. I'm more of a fan of like the in-between stuff. That was good though. That was pretty solid. And yes, these synths right here is exactly what I was talking about before. I love like the ambience and like the tension that he can build with them. Super, super clean. The little arpeggio. Yeah. A lot of tension right now, a lot of suspense. Bringing it in through the background. Okay. Hello? It's like we're in a Ace Aura song right now. What is happening? Ace Aura. This is fire. Okay. Okay, that was good. I'd give that like a 6, maybe a 7 out of 10. Then we got Phiso. I think I've heard of Phiso maybe once or twice before. He's not really, or they're not really an artist that I'm too familiar with. Obviously, I've heard this original song a million times, but the main ones that I'm looking for are the Must Die and the Nimda one. Because even on like my little Bluetooth speaker, these songs hit really hard. I'm a huge Nimda fan, just because my #1 artist like overall is Murata, and Nimda is very close in that same like tear out type of lane. So, but we'll get there eventually. Like I said, I've never really heard of Phiso before, so interested to see. Tabi is also pretty good too. Okay. Pretty standard build up.
I grant your visions subsequent. You were never blind before. We are born to suffer.
This one is following a lot of the same trends as like the original song. There's not too much like different about this.
Embrace your darkest future.
All right. Okay. Oh! Ah. The drums are super clean too. Oh, that was sick. I like the little like drags like that. That was sick. Okay. Okay. A lot of width again in the stereo with the... That kick hits though. Like... Second drop. Ugh. Ugh. Nice. I love the drum patterns. That was good. I like that one. That had like a lot of like thickness, but it was also very clean. It had like a very fine line of distortion, but not too much distortion. And it was pretty solid, I'm not gonna lie. The drops were good. Everything else around it was kind of not insane, but you know. Alright, this one doesn't have a video, I guess. But that was decent. I'd give that one probably like a 6.5, 7. I'd rate it probably pretty close to the first one, because the first one I thought the in-between parts were better than the drops, and that one the drops were better than the in-between parts. So they were kind of like playing off of each other. Now this could be fire, because Must Die is one of my first artists that I listened to. Okay, this is very different than the original. Okay. Definitely up in the tempo a bit. Okay. No. Very high energy. No. 3, 2, 1. Alright, techno. Very clean. Hard style now. It's a very good kick. But even like the stereo reverb space is good. Yeah. That's something that I'm noticing a lot. These songs are very clean, very well mixed and mastered. Alright. Another boot up. So far, this is like the first like notable song where there's not really any bad or like low parts. We're just keeping a good solid energy throughout it all. Alright. Yeah. Very boomy, very loud. Okay, that has very good drive though. Oh. Okay. Nice little pitch of the kick upward. Okay. That was good. It has, like I said, a lot of drive, a lot of like power, but it's still very, very clean. It's a very interesting mix. Like I said, this is the first notable one. I'd probably give this like a 7.5. This is definitely the best one so far though. Go to the next one. Okay, this one has a video, so. I'm interested to see how this sounds, because Kompany has done a lot of collabs in the past that I like. So, this definitely could be interesting. We'll see though. Okay. Once again, a lot of like small details, a lot of small pitch ups, down, like a lot of small chops here and there. A lot of reverb once again. Very wide. There's a lot of details here. Like in between the kicks, in between the drums, there's a lot of like small like cutoffs and like pitch changes. Okay. This is very solid. Bit of sustain in the back. That was good. I like the stabs. I like those a lot. So far, this is like the most well-rounded song. Okay. I'm interested to see how this second drop is gonna go. The first drop was kind of generic, but it's still like super solid. Ba 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 ba. Ooh. That snare. Oh. That bass down the middle and the wide drums. Mm. Yeah. That was good. Very clean, but still very solid. That's probably my favorite so far. I know we're only 4 in, but that was good. That had a very like high level of quality to it, because you could tell that there's a lot of effort and attention to detail, even in the small things. And I'm not saying that these other ones didn't have that, but taking the original song and twisting it in this way and still being able to make it your own at this high of a level, this was easily like the highest type like level song. Like you could tell Kompany knows what he's doing. So that one probably 7.5. Like I said, that's like the highest rated so far for sure. Alright. Now I've not heard of Hedex before. This definitely is another like high energy song, like the Must Die one. This is also the shortest one so far. Alright, we're just jumping right in. Drum and bass. Maybe? Okay.
Switch.
Okay. Okay. So far, this is just kind of basic. Yeah, this is very, like, basic. There's not a lot going on here. Okay. Not too complex. Just kind of a simple, like, drum and bass remix of a song. It's not bad, though. Like, don't take it as bad. I just have a very, like, high level that I try to seek. Okay. 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 The second drop has a lot of bounce to it, but it's still not like the most complex thing that I've seen. And it is kind of repetitive. Okay, this is probably last place so far in terms of the ones that we have listened to. Yeah, I'd give that like maybe a 4 or 5. That wasn't super mind-blowing. Because like I said, it was pretty basic and there wasn't anything that necessarily stands it apart. Especially compared to something like the Kompany remix, where both drops were very unique and they had like their own flavor. That one wasn't like super crazy. No, I do like this intro a lot. I'm not gonna lie. Like, from the few live shows that I've seen on YouTube from Svdden, this is normally what he uses as like his intro. And like I was saying in the Prelude one, I love these like strings and like these synth lines that he uses. It's very clean, very atmospheric, and I really like it. I'm gonna throw this a like. However, this is a 5.5 minute long song. This is the longest song on the album. This is such a good build. This is once again what I was talking about with Kompany, with like the quality. Okay. Another phaser drop. I like the sub bass at the back. It hits. Once again, I'm not really a phaser person, but I do like the drums though. The drums are very clean. Okay. Okay. That was a good transition. Once again, still not really a big phaser person, but it's not bad. Like, this song has a very high, like, floor of quality. Like, this is definitely a decent. Okay. Oh. There it is. No. Little delay. Yeah. I really like the bass line in the back, the it has a lot of like power to it, and then you add the little chops with the delay on top of it. Yeah, that was good. By far the best drop. Once again, you can definitely tell how this is more like a live show type of song. Because online, like, yeah, it has atmosphere and it has like presence, but no. Okay, if there's... Yeah, okay, I'm just gonna go ahead and skip to the next one. There's not really much else happening. Like, good outro, but... You know, we still have, like, 10 more songs to go through. Now, I'm a huge Tape B fan. I loved his last EP. He's definitely on the come up of, like, the newer artists and everything that I've listened to. And he has a very unique style about him. So I'm interested to see how this is gonna sound. This is a lot more... Yeah, this is very unique compared to the original. Because I'm a huge Magic Armour fan. I love that song. The dun, 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 dun. But these synths are sick. Yeah. This once again has that like level of quality. Yeah. The drums, okay. Ugh. lot of detail. Very powerful. Wow. Okay. The little chop? Okay. Or cut off, I guess. Yeah, okay, yeah, this one's up there. This one's up there for sure. This is right next to the Kompany one. I'm not gonna lie, it's probably tied with it so far. Like I said, very unique style, but it's so powerful. I'm very interested to see what he's about to bring here with this next one. Ah. That's such a good line, like very, very, very clean. Ugh. And the way he brings the drums in too, like, it's so smooth. Everything about this is just smooth. Ah, with the melody now. Ah. Oh, with the. Mm. Ah. Yeah. Very, very smooth, very clean. Yeah, this one's up there. I'd probably rate this like the highest so far. That's probably an 8, maybe an 8.5. And the Kompany one was like a 7 or 8. Yeah, I'd probably put that at like 8.5. Creator, I'd probably put that at like a 6.57. But so far, Tape B remix is number 1 for me. And then probably Kompany one. And then the rest. Okay. I've never heard of Kill Safari before. This is a very like acoustic type of intro, like we're on a guitar or something. It's very, very different, but I take it back. All right, solid build. Oh. Very loop station type drop. Beat repeat. So. Imagine like a hard style like techno drop. Well. Okay, so far the drop is kind of lackluster. Yeah, okay. I don't know, the build-up was bringing it up to like a super high level, but I don't know, the drop isn't anything like super special. Like it's very like solid once again. Okay, this one isn't rated too high in my book so far. I'd probably put this closer to, I think, this one, which was the drum and bass one, right? Yeah. It's just not like super standouters. Like if you look at the Kompany and Tape B remix ones, like once again, those are super high level, very unique. But once again, none of these are bad. I don't want to make it seem like I'm just trying to sit here and trash on them. Like they're good, but there are other songs on the same like album, and even a remix of the exact same song, which I would rate higher. But like I said, we're only halfway through. Let him cook. Interesting. Interesting. This is giving like Excision vibes from like 2017, 2016. Okay. Yeah, like I said, I'm not really rating this one super high. It's not bad though. It's just not as standout as literally the song right before it. Which, I mean, to be fair, this is a hard song to try and follow up, but I can't personally say that I like this one too much. Okay, let's go ahead and get on to the next one here. No, I think I've heard of Mad Dubz a few times before, but they're not like a regular artist that I've listened to. But we'll see, we'll see. Like I said, I would probably give that one like probably a 4 or 5, kind of tied with the drum and bass one. They're kind of like on that same tier. I'm very interested though, like this next lineup, YVM3, Muerte, Prosecute, INFEKT, Nimda, Vampa, like that's a really solid lineup. See how this one goes though. This is very like following the same path as the original song, so.
Are you mad?
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, that hits. Very simple. Yeah, that hit. Like I said, very simple but effective. Okay. Still following the same trends as like the original though. In terms of like melody wise. Mm-hmm. Yeah. It has nice, like, rhythm to it, I'm not gonna lie. It's kind of getting repetitive, but it's, like, bouncy enough to keep it interesting. We still have another minute left of this song. So I'm interested to see how that's gonna transform. Mm-hmm. Okay. Still simple. There's not too much going on. Okay, and we're just gonna go into the outro. Valid. I think that hit pretty hard. I probably put that in 3rd place behind Tape B and Kompany. Now, YVM3 is a very like polarizing artist for me. Either he has like a good song and it hits really well and everything works, or it's just kind of like not it. So I don't know, because I really like some of his songs, but there are some that I'm just like indifferent to. Even in my mashups that I made, I think the first one that I made, I used some YVM3 in it. So see how this goes. This one's also mixed a little quieter than the others. Very solid snare. Honestly, his drums are so good. Okay. Okay. I'm not fully resonating with the drop. The drop felt like too dramatic for what the build-up kind of gave it. I'm not gonna lie. Like if the build-up had higher energy, kind of like I think it was this one. If the build-up had higher energy, that drop would hit a lot harder. This is still sick though. Definitely in fourth. Yeah. It's just very dramatic, if you will. Okay. It's not super catchy, like it doesn't have a very recognizable like rhythm or melody to it, besides obviously the original. But it's not bad though. And it still definitely has that like level of quality, but I don't know. Like I said, I just feel like the build-ups could have been a bit better. Okay. I like this. Okay, the last half was definitely the best part. That little like halftime break. That was good. That was solid. I like that. That's still fourth place for me. I'm not gonna lie. I don't think that overtakes the Mad Dubz remix just because it didn't hit as hard, but it was definitely interesting. But I don't know. It just didn't hit as hard as I think it could have. Okay, this is a very interesting intro. A lot more melodic than everything else so far. Okay. This is interesting. This is very experimental, and I like it, but it's not quite hitting for me. If this had like a harder hitting snare, I think it would be a bit more interesting. There's definitely a lot of work put into this though. Yeah, there's a lot of work put into this. A lot of details. This is definitely a deviation from everything else. Okay. Ooh. No. That was good. I like the little second half there. Still nothing crazy. I'd probably give that like a... I'd give that a 7 just for how experimental it was. But it wasn't something that I necessarily resonated with just because there wasn't that hard hitting of a snare. I'd probably put that in the same category as like the YVM3 one. Kind of the creator type of class maybe. It's not up there with the big 3 yet, so that one's probably like 5th or 6th best so far. We have a original one here though, so very sudden death. Yep. Okay. Okay. This is giving Cysto vibes. Very nice, like, rhythmic bounce to it. But it feels kind of lacking. Like, it could be a bit more full. Very unique, though. Not give that to me. Yeah. Yeah. Like I said, very rhythmic. I like that. It wasn't the most fulfilling type thing, but it was very catchy. Probably give that like a 6 or so. I also realized that it had a video, but I didn't watch it. I don't know why it just like defaults to the song thing. Alright, now this one definitely could be interesting. I'm a very big Muerte fan. I've listened to almost every single one of their songs. So, the last collab that they all did, I think it was a remix that Muerte did of Sudden Death. Yeah, that was pretty good. So this could be interesting as well. Instantly, you can already tell it has like a very high level. Like, there's a lot of quality just based off the intro. Ah. I love these little like stabs that Muerte does. Very melodic, but they're so good. Yeah. Very typical Muerte song. Ooh. Yeah. I love the different pitches in the melodies. Yeah, like I said, very high level of quality so far. I love the little intricate inner melodies, even within just a few short bars of the drop. There's a lot of like melodic stuff happening. And I love these strings. So far, this is like the most song so far, up there with the Tape B and the Kompany one. But the drops aren't as hard hitting, in my opinion. But this is still super high level. This is definitely like in that same category as the Kompany and Tape B one though. But this one's less like hard hitting, but more melodic. Yeah. I love those. Right? Ooh! Da. Yeah. Once again, the inner melody. Yeah, that was good. The first time I heard that song, I was kind of sleeping on it, I'm not gonna lie. But it's very ear candy, like it's very catchy. It's very listenable. I think that's the best way to put it. That's probably second place. I would probably put that above the Kompany one because the Kompany's drops were better, but the intro and like the melody wasn't as catchy as that. So that's actually second place right now behind Tape B. Now Prosecute, this could be fire because Prosecute's a really good artist. Still kind of similar to the original song though. That hi-hat is very clean. The width. Alright, getting right into it. Like that da-da-da-da-da-da. Okay, hello? Yeah. Okay. By far the best drop so far. Actually, I don't know. Tape B's drop was up there too, but that was by far like the hardest hitting drop so far. The song aspect is kind of lackluster, but like, it's not too far behind. Okay. Wow. I love this build up. Yeah. Ooh, that's very powerful. Ah. Hello? Yeah. Okay, that's probably like tied for #1 with Tape B, I'm not gonna lie. Like I said, the song aspect was a little lackluster, but those drops, ooh, easily the best drop so far. That's definitely like a 7.58-ish. That hit. That was really good. There was just so much like detail. Like I didn't say much that song just because I was like, that hit. Ugh. I've not heard of Level Up before though, so this could be interesting. But this one right here, the Nimda one, is the main one that I'm waiting for. Okay, very solid intro so far. Another shorter one, 2.5 minutes. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Okay, this one is not hitting as hard as I thought it could. No. Okay. This isn't that like Kill Safari, Hedex, like that kind of area, but it's the best one out of that like bracket, if that makes sense. Like it's not on the same level as the Prosecute, Muerte, or like the Tape B one, but it's the best one of that like next level down so far. Yeah, this is still kind of in that like generic type bracket. It's not bad though. Okay. Yeah, like I said, that's kind of a step behind the top 4 right now. But I don't know, there's like 3 main brackets here. Before we continue, I'm just gonna like do this. There's like 3 main brackets that we have right now. We have like the Kill Safari one, the Hedex one, I guess the Oolacile one, Oolacile, I don't know how to pronounce that, just that one right there. Those are in like one bracket, and I would say the Act 3 and the Demonic Curse are kind of at the top of that bracket. And then the next step up, you have, I would say, the Phiso, the Must Die, the Mad Dubz, and then I guess so far Prelude, Creator, and I guess SYFM. That's kind of in that next bracket up. And I would say, of course, the Must Die and the Mad Dubz is probably, I guess you could throw the YV3 one in there. And probably the Must Die, the Mad Dubz, and the YVM3 one are in the best of that little category. And then, of course, the next step up are the ones that obviously I keep referencing, the Kompany, Tape B, Muerte, and Prosecute. And, of course, you know, that's kind of where I'm looking at it right now. But this is still pretty decent, though. Alright, INFEKT. Now, this could be interesting, because obviously INFEKT is a very, very well-known artist. We don't have too many more, though. What is that? 7? 7 left? So, we're almost towards the end. Very INFEKT. Yeah, there it is. Okay, this is very, like, solid, but it's not blowing me away. Okay. This is kind of teetering the line of, like, that third and second category. Because I would still rate something like the YVM3 one and the Mad Dubz one above it, but I would still rate this higher than the Hedex and the Kill Safari one. So, this is kind of like middle of the pack so far. Alright, it's definitely repetitive though, I will say. Yeah, this is basically just the first drop. Okay, I'd give that like a 5.5. It wasn't the cleanest, wasn't necessarily the most interesting, and it was still pretty repetitive. Now this, however, this is what I'm looking forward to because I'm a huge fan of the original song, and like I said, Nimda is basically my favorite artist, just in a different universe. So, I'm here for this one. Lock in. Ugh. Yeah. Yeah. Ugh. Yeah. Ugh. The little triple kick. Yeah, this is definitely in that upper echelon. Definitely in that upper echelon. Oh. It just has so much like power and weight behind it. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, ah. Yeah, that was sick. Oh man, easily the hardest hitting drop so far. Like just easily. It's still not like the most catchy like song wise. Like if I were to look at a song, I would probably go for like Muerte or Tape B maybe. But in terms of like the drop oriented one, let me me turn this down. In terms of like the drop oriented one, like the Prosecute, like the Kompany, that's definitely the best one so far. So that's probably tied for first with the Tape B, and then Muerte in second, and then Prosecute and Kompany after that. All right, now we have Dark Matters. Okay. Interesting. Okay. There we go. This is very unique. Okay. This is like quite the opposite song of the Nimda remix. This is very like minimal, very low key. Okay. Okay. Ooh. Okay. The little in the back. Ooh. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that was sick. I'd probably put that in the second group with the YVM kind of Mad Dubz area. I'd put that probably in that same range. That was very solid. Probably the best original one that's on here. Creator was pretty good, but I only liked the last drop, and Prelude was alright as well. But I don't know, this had a very unique tone about it that the other ones didn't really have. So I like that. I like that. We got 4 more left. So this is like the first one with vocals. Okay. Okay. I like the voice. The voice is very smooth. This is a very complex build as well. Very high quality so far. Yeah. This is very solid. Very, very listenable. I like this. This is basically the Mad Dubz one. That kind of like style where it's just the same melody, but then you add the bass and everything behind it. It's like da 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 pwa twa pwa twa, like that kind of style, but it's a lot more. Like there's the vocals, there's the more complex builds, the more complex transitions and everything. This is in the upper echelon, for sure, for sure. Okay, very, very good build up here. Yeah. Ooh. Yeah. Ooh, the melody. Yeah. Nice little switch. I like that. I like that a lot. That one is right up there with the Muerte one in terms of like song-wise. It's definitely in the top bracket, but kind of towards like the middle, because I wouldn't rate that higher than the Prosecute, Kompany, the Nimda, or the Muerte one. But I would definitely rate it higher than something like the Must Die, the Phiso, the Mad Dubz, stuff like that. So that was definitely good though. Definitely good. Alright. Twilight Reflector, AFK remix. Alright. Once again, very similar to the original. Yep. It's interesting to see how these, like, the different artists go about it. Either they try to make it their own song, or they just try to change the original. This is definitely in that change the original type. Ooh, the kick. Oh. Hello? Yeah. Very solid. This is good. This is good. This is, like I said, very solid. It's not crazy. It's not super complex or anything, but it's still very solid. I mean, to be fair, this song doesn't really need a lot done to it, though. Like, this remix has taste to it, if you will. That kick build-up, though. Ah. Yeah. This is very catchy. Very short, very sweet, respects your time. I like it. That was a very good song. I'd probably put that at either the top of like the second bracket or the bottom of the top bracket. Alright, now this is like the last full song, Forgotten Name. And then we have the epilogue, and that's everything. So, we're almost done. Once these last two are over, I'll kind of go through and give you like my top picks, and then we'll just conclude it there, because I'm sure this has been a decently long recording. Yeah, an hour and 9 minutes already. Okay. Now that'll got my attention. Yeah. Okay, let's put on the video here. 1 sec. There we go. Alright. Very original type build-up. Yeah. Ooh. A lot of detail. The pitches and everything. Yeah. I like the transition into it. Like, that was sick. Okay. Very solid boot up. This is keeping a good line of energy as well. There's not a lot of drops in the energy. Yeah. Okay. Okay, this is good. So far, I would probably say this is the second best original behind Dark Matters. But definitely decent. Weirdest ending. Hello. Ears. Okay. Oh. Okay, interesting little outro. And then this is the last one. Epilogue 1. Alright. Very bright so far. This is the most like upbeat original song so far. Okay. Ooh. Yeah, okay, it's little keys. Okay. I like this. This is good. Very, like, happy. It's like we just achieved the good ending. Alright, fair enough. And that was it. So, let's see here. Go ahead and kind of fix the audio and everything. I think, personally speaking, my favorite is either the Tape B one, the Muerte one, or the Nimda remix. Just out of all of the songs here on the album, I think those are my top three. Just because Tape B was, like, very melodic, and yet the drops hit super, super hard, and everything was so clean and so, like, well put together. And then the Muerte song was just overall probably just the best song. Like, there wasn't a single drop of energy. There wasn't a single drop in like the level. There was so many intricate little details. And then of course the Nimda one just hit like an absolute freaking truck, like freight train, just bang. Just like I said, it said, screw all the songs, screw the melodies, we're just gonna go, just bang right there. And of course that's the type of stuff that I love. Some honorable mentions would definitely be the Twilight Reflector AFK remix, the Valley of Darkness Vampa remix, of course the Comprehension Barrier Prosecute remix, and the Dream Sequence Kompany remix. Those are what I would consider like honorable mentions. But that concludes this long video. I hope you enjoyed. It's probably just a lot of me like rambling and yapping and everything, but you know, drop a like if you enjoyed. Make sure to subscribe. He did come out with a part 2 of this album, so maybe I'll react to that. But thank you all for watching, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace.